So this is Brad. Brad's going to show us how to do it. Yeah, show. Pulled that in. Made that nice and tight.
House repairs yourself.
In this video, we're going to show you how to do an edge banding on a melamine shelf. You've probably all seen this before, a white shelf. Normally it looks like this when you cut it, but you want it to look sharp and finished on the edge. We're going to show you how to do that. If you think this video is going to be helpful, please like it below. Also, this little logo up in the corner here is going to be something you can click on that will help you subscribe to our channel real easily. If you do that, then you can kind of get our videos regularly in your inbox. Also, when you see the ads come up on our videos, please click on those, and if it's something you'd like to buy, please do buy it. That way they pay for the videos and not you. Alright, let's get started. First thing you want to do is take your board and just run some coarse or some medium sandpaper over it to kind of make a smooth surface here. Alright, so once you have that, the next thing you want to do is take your edge banding material. Now, this is made for 3/4 inch board. It's a little bit wider than that. It's about 13/16 or 7/8 wide, and I'll show you how to trim that in a minute. And you want to cut this probably about 1.5 inches or a little bit long, so you have a little extra to work with. And I just bend it and snap it off there. Another thing you're going to need is an iron, and this is just an old iron that I got at a garage sale a long time ago. Works really well. Put it on the cotton setting. And when you start out, you want to have a little bit of a leading edge here to where you're not starting flush, because as you run your iron on here, it can actually pull this, and you can end up with being a little short. So I always like to start with about 1/2 inch hanging off. And I'll place the iron here, and if the iron's hot, you should need about 10 seconds to melt that. And then I'm holding this with my other hand so that when I push with the iron, it doesn't move the banding too much, and you can always pull back just a little bit. But you go about this speed right here, and I'm kind of centering the banding on the board as I go with my fingers too, so that there's a little bit hanging off the front and the back, which is what we want. Again, if this was a long board, if this is like an 8-foot board, you might notice eventually that you run out here. So try not to let it move too much. And I kind of have this down about how fast I need to go to get it to melt. But you might have to experiment a little bit with it. But with my iron, if I go about that speed, I know that it's going to melt on there well enough. And then I usually come back and try to reheat it like this, in case it cools down on this end a little bit. Alright, now you take your J roller, which is made for this purpose, and you just adhere this to the wood. And as this cools, it'll bond on the wood and be a nice edge for you. And I usually push pretty hard here and go over it a couple times while it's cooling. Maybe even 3 times. Okay. Now once that's done, I just break off the end. If you had a real finished cabinet, like you're putting this on the inside of a cabinet, you might want to sand that off or use your cutting tool to take that off. But in my case, it's not going to really show very much, and most of the time it doesn't. Now this is a cutting tool made for this. It trims the edge of the banding off flush with the surface. You'll see how this works. I'm going to press in here, press against the other hand. And you can see these, just this little particle that it shaves off of there. Okay, now we'll roll one more time. Still a little bit warm, but not hot anymore. Roll on that again. You want to get that to stick real well. Now the last thing that I do is take some fine sandpaper, wrap it around just a scrap piece of wood, like 150 grit probably, and then I ease these edges over. Both sides, so it's not sharp. And any kind of burn mark or something you have on the top, you could even sand that out with your fine sandpaper. Then I also try to sand this front edge, because what you don't want is something to catch on that edge. Right now it's pretty smooth, but with the sandpaper I find that we can get it even better. And you don't want to sand like this because you'll scuff the surface of the shelf. But if you sand a little bit of an angle like this to where we're slightly away, then you can actually take that edge down. Okay, there we have it. Got the white melamine edge banded shelf. Now you go out there and see if you can try that and make your shelves look very professional and nice.
Don't forget to push the like button to subscribe to our channel.